All right, this video is going to be all about the mindset needed for success when it comes to entrepreneurship. All right, everyone is going to doubt you. You're going to doubt yourself, but you have to have a delusional level of optimism that everything's going to work out exactly how it should. What did this look like for me? Before we get into that, you can see where I'm at. I'm at the top of my neighborhood here in St. George. These are all $3 to $7 million homes lined up here. We have the St. George Temple, Red Cliffs Temple in the back, and this is the best neighborhood of St. George, all right? I came out here to be inspired, to take a walk through the neighborhood, and to give you guys the mindset needed for success, all right? So this really started when I was working at Trader Joe's, and I believed that I needed to be better, and I had to be around better people. I believed I was meant for more. I fully meant it in my heart. So what did I have to do? I had to get around people that were doing more and better than me. What did this actually look like was getting into door-to-door solar, into a commission-based job where my pay wasn't attached to an hourly wage. It was attached to my performance, okay? When it's attached to your performance, you have to perform. So when you're around people like this that have to perform, you learn the skill sets from them to do well. I had a buddy, a coworker at Trader Joe's. Right before I left, I told him what I was doing, and he said, "Good luck. We'll see you when you're back here," hinting that I was going to fail in door-to-door solar, and I was going to be right back to working at Trader Joe's. So I knew for a fact I couldn't let that happen, and I had that fire lit underneath me to do well. And I believe a ton of entrepreneurs have gone through something similar where somebody didn't believe in them, somebody said something to them, and that was a fire lit underneath them to do well, and they had to succeed just to prove that person wrong. Even if they've never even said one word to that person since, like I haven't said it to the few people that have said some comments to me, but just that fire lit underneath me allowed me to keep moving forward when things are tough and to not quit, okay? So you have to have a delusional level of optimism and to believe that everything will work out better than you ever thought possible. A good quote that I heard with this was, instead of thinking, what if it doesn't work out? Think to yourself, what if it works out better than you ever thought possible? And when I thought that, like, I had a wave over me of like, this can work out. This can be better than I ever thought. And I'm not going to go to the people that are telling me to be realistic, asking for the advice from them. They're saying, Luke, be realistic, be realistic. There's no way you can do that. Like, you're just 20 years old. There's no way you can start doing this and this. You got to ask yourself this: if I take your advice, will I end up like you? And the whole thing is, there's going to be a lot of people that you talk to that are going to give you unsolicited advice on Instagram, in person, family members, friends, all that. Unsolicited advice. You just have to ask yourself, if I take your advice, will I end up in your shoes? Do I want the life that you currently have? Because the advice that you're giving, your thought process, has gotten you exactly to where you're at right now in life. Do I want that life? If you do, listen to their advice. And that's why people pay for mentorships, because they value what that person says and where they're at in their life in a certain skill set, okay? So ever since listening to Wes Watson on YouTube, I'll link the video, or I'll link in the description the videos that I used to watch on his second channel that started working on my mindset. It honestly got me out of depression, got me out of just sleeping in all day, and started working on myself, because everything starts with personal development, okay? Started listening to him, got into door-to-door solar, did well with door-to-door solar because of the mindset alone that I needed to succeed. And then from there, I took a leap into cybersecurity sales. It was making absolutely nothing. It was basically an internship, but it gave me a good job title. And so, which then allowed me to get into software sales. As an account executive at like 21 years old, everyone around me else was like 25, 26, 27. Did well there because I kept my foot on the gas, and I still knew I was meant for more, even making six figures at 21 years old, okay? I knew I had to do something with entrepreneurship at this point. I couldn't be tied to a base pay, a salary, or even commission, half commission based, which how it was at software sales. It was great money, but I just still had the urge to do more. Everyone around me was like, Luke, chill, like you're doing well for your age. You're making 105K a year at 21. Like, yes, but I knew I had to have a bigger impact in the world. I just didn't know what it looked like. So what my mindset was every single day was two quotes. Two quotes. It may not even feel like it's for entrepreneurship, but it was, how can I make somebody smile today? And be the change you wish to see in the world. And what that was is I was trying to find gaps in the marketplace at this point, whether it was with online fitness coaching that didn't pan out, whether it was with a content agency doing videography and video editing, that did well. But then what really stuck was this paid ads plus content coaching, where we teach local service businesses how to run ads on Instagram and create high quality content. And that's working. But the mindset throughout over the last 4 years since being on this journey has always been, how can I best serve everybody else? How can I make somebody smile today? And create the man you admire in all ways and gift him to the world. So everything that I've been sharing on my Instagram over the last 4 years, I have the Instagram stories from 4 years, was talking on camera. It was little quotes that I was hearing throughout the day. It was sharing the journey. It was sharing the job, the entrepreneurship, content agency, all that, traveling. It was sharing all that. It was sharing the workouts, sharing the things and the habits that worked for me. Because biggest thing is your habits. Like, don't worry about making 100K a month. Worry about the daily habits that you're doing right now that have you stuck at 3K a month or 5K a month or 10K a month. My biggest goal a year and a half ago was to be able to make 10K a month with my content agency. A year and a half ago. This was when I was driving for Uber to pay bills. And so it's just crazy how fast life can change to now doing multiple six figures a month with a business model that is getting people crazy results. And we built out a full team with this of 9 people full time. It's awesome in the US. So with all that, the mindset needed for success looks like this. Be delusional on where your goals are. Trust your vision and doubt your fears, and do not doubt your vision and trust your fears. So many people in your life are going to doubt you, doubt your vision, but only you and God can see the vision that you have for your life. So don't take anybody else's advice that can't see that vision that you have. That feeling inside of waking up, being able to drive a Lamborghini to in and out, to be able to show other people that's possible, get them to come in, rev that Lamborghini, and to show and have them sit in it, hold the steering wheel, to see what it actually feels like and to instill that in other people. That was my driving factor. That was on my vision board. And that's what I thought to myself before ever getting a Lamborghini, was that vision right there, pulling up to in and out. And now we get to do that any night we want. So, but it started with the vision. That vision has to be crystal clear. So you have to get rid of any vices, any habits that are not aligned with that vision. Okay? Any habits that are giving you back steps every single day have to be eliminated. Be in the gym every single day, because that's where the personal development starts. Personal development, working on yourself. If you work on yourself, you'll be trusted to work with other people, because I would never trust somebody that doesn't take care of their own body. Hands down. They can't. How could they say they're going to help you if they can't even help themselves with their body? So my camera's overheating right now, so I don't want this to cut out. But guys, the biggest thing is be delusional. Don't take advice from anybody who's not in a place you want to be at, and keep the foot on the gas. Always have 100% focus on building this life that you have that vision of, supplied by God. And reach out to me on the DMs on Instagram if you ever have any questions. I love you guys. In a year and a half, going from driving for Uber, living in the best neighborhood of St. George, anything's possible. I want to show you guys that's possible. Let's go.